Hari Om.
Namaste, Guruji.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Sir, small question. Why did, the Gita was being told by Krishna to Arjuna, Hanuman heard it.
Okay.
Even through Sanjay, Dhritarashtra was allowed to hear Gita. But we know that Dhritarashtra was not fair. He was not, he is one of the reasons why the whole war, everything Pandavas faced.
Correct.
Why did Krishna allow him? Why did he also get the whole teachings of Gita when it is being told?
Okay, fine. Very good question. You see, everybody is getting teaching of Gita. Now, if you see today in the world, the Gita book is available to everybody. The person can be a Dharmatma, Punyatma, or Papatma, or you can get it in various ways. You can get through YouTube, you can get through lectures, text, right? The text, and let me also tell you, can extend this question also. The Atma Jnanam, what is told in Upanishads, in our Vedas, is available in text to everybody in the world, irrespective of caste, creed, right? But is anybody able to understand? See, it is not the text alone that will give you knowledge. Please understand. The text is simply a text. Unless you learn the text properly through a guru, interpret properly and understand, the text will not give the benefit for what it was born, what it was composed. So, everybody has got access to all knowledge. Correct? You can have access to that information. But unless you got a Shraddha Bhakti to a guru, that's why our Sampradaya, our tradition says that study the scripture through a guru. Acharya says in the commentary, beginning commentary of Bhagavad Gita, he says this Gita Shastram is the essence of all the Vedas. All that is to be known from the Veda, Artham is there in Gita, but very difficult to understand. See, you can tell superficially something and you also can say, I know Gita. But unless you study in depth, you will not know what is that is being conveyed in Bhagavad Gita. Acharya says, Tadidam Gita Shastram Samasta Veda Artha Sara Sangraha Bhutam Durvigneyartham. Vigneyartham means very easily understandable. Durvigneyartham means difficult to understand. So you got the answer. So through Sanjaya, because Dhritarashtra wanted to know what is happening. Okay. And so Dhritarashtra cannot see. And he also cannot go to the war. He's sitting in his palace. And he wanted, Sanjaya is a close confidant. He wants to know from him. So Sanjaya requested Vyasacharya, give him the telescopic eyes. So he's relating the story. Right? From ages, you see, people have been listening to Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita. Correct? Forget about even reading or listening. How many of people have got moksha? How many have got benefit? Right? So you understand, right? So the text is available, information available, but you have to understand the meaning and internalize and realize. From information, it should result in what? Transformation. Please note down. Information should become transformation. Then only any text is valuable. Otherwise, my Swami used to tell one joke. Typically, a librarian in a spiritual organization or a bookseller in a Vedanta, books where they sell, should have become the most knowledgeable guy. Should be a jnani, correct? Because he is amongst all the books that you can think of. But do you think he's focusing on studying the Shastras? He's selling the books or distributing books, correct? So it's not the text per se, but the interest we have to learn the meaning and understand and realize. You understand? Can you tell me in 2 sentences what you understood? What is the question? You got the answer? Unmute and tell me. What is the answer to your question? Unmute. Unmute. No, you have to unmute. I'm not hearing you. You have to unmute. Now you answer. Yeah. Go ahead. Lavanya.
It is not that we merely have the text, but it is that we have to take Updesh from Guru and follow the traditional path so that we understand them in depth and then transform ourselves as per Dharma Shastra that has been told.
Correct.
Then only it will be helpful for us.
Correct.
Otherwise, it is just mere reading.
Correct.
We all say that Yudhishthira is epitome of Dharma, right?
Correct.
He stood for Dharma all throughout his life.
Correct.
But what made him play gamble in the first place?
Very nice question. Let me tell you, very nice to ask this question because many commentators skip this question. They always praise Yudhishthira for having been dharmatma and always 100% following dharma, right? So it only goes to show, in Tamil they're saying, I'll tell that and also tell in English. Yanaikum adisarakkum irukku. That means even a big elephant which has got sturdy legs and can also slip. So one particular situation or the state of mind, even, see, they will give a lot of other things. They will say that no, Dhritarashtra king invited Yudhishthira, and when the king is inviting another king should not.
Shakuni enticed him.
No, Shakuni told truth. He didn't tell directly. True. And the king invites another king, the Raja Dharma, to go and play. So to that extent, the explanation given by commentators that Yudhishthira went and played the game of dice is fine. But beyond the point, he could also told, okay, we are praying for some, okay, and also playing means they should keep something. Although some rules are there. I don't know. I'm not sure whether that is the right or wrong. You have to give some money or some horse, something. You should have done some small things. And then once it is lost, fine. Thank you, Mr. Duryodhana, because this person is playing. I have given you all these things. Let us depart. But that's what happens. No, see, that also means that mere dharma alone is not enough. One should go to jnana. Atma jnanam is the final frontier which will help you to have very clear approach to what is to be done, what is not to be done. Right? But Dharma Shastra, Yudhishthira knew, right? Dharma Shastra, Yudhishthira knew, correct? And then, so he should have known that keeping the family and wife is not right. But then what happened? His mind was not steady. Please, they should not go through Yudhishthira's mind very clearly. The mind is very steady and strong. He should not have done this, all this, putting everybody in the dice, right? That means what? While Arjuna had a breakdown in war, Arjuna's mind went through a Shoka breakdown in war. This Tapalam, what is say, Yudhishthira, was there during dice. Let me put something and then I'll recover everything. Because the equation always was that if you win this next round, I'll get everything back. So that means what? Dharma will take you to the pedestal of jnana. But only when you get Atma Jnanam, you will understand something beyond what Dharma Shastra says. And if you are with Bhagavad Gita Shastra throughout the 18 chapters, you will understand what does Jnanam mean and what is the power of Jnanam. Okay, the Jnanam will give you the capability to go beyond even some of the things, though you are a Dharma Shastra Anuyayi, some things you are likely to have some deficiency or can fall. But Jnanam will always finally save you. Got the point? Yudhishthira also at that point in time had not got the jnanam, so he was not able to quickly withdraw from that particular game of dice. Clear? So in fact, Upanishad mantras say wonderfully. So it says, the vidyaya vindate amritam. So the jnanam only can take you to the state of immortality. So once you know, get jnana, you will beat also the vagaries of Dvandva. Dvandva atitam, it says. See, Yudhishthira is still caught in Dvandva. Means what? Fame and infame, win and loss. See, if he had not got this concept of win and loss, he would not have proceeded, right? He's stuck in the pool, in that whirlpool, right? Duality, correct. He's stuck in duality. Only who goes beyond, only person who can go beyond duality is the person who has got jnanam. Dharma adharma atitam. In fact, Kathopanishad mantra says, Anyatra dharma, anyatra adharma. So, slightly very difficult way, if I tell you all these things, you'll have to be patient to do the Gita Shastra study. What is that is beyond dharma? Beyond adharma, you can say dharma, right? Dharma is beyond adharma. Something called as beyond dharma. Today, it will be really puzzling for you to understand what is beyond dharma. And only when you go through Jnana Margam, understand Jnana, why that is most powerful, you'll understand. At least temporarily you got the answer. Yudhishthira is still not a jnani. Simply put, Yudhishthira didn't have jnanam. He's still stuck in moham and that whatever that dvandvam. So he had to continue that. Clear, no? Temporary answer. Permanent answer will come over a period of time. Okay. What is it? Tell me in 2 sentences, what do you understand now from this?
So Yudhishthira, though he was a dharmatma, he was lacking the jnana. That's why he got engulfed by this gambling and he lost everything. Had he been a jnani, he would not have been involved in this gambling.
Correct. Clear now? For now, let us have the temporary answer. When we go forward, we will understand. Okay?
Somewhere I read that the Dhritarashtra Sanjaya conversation happened on day 10th of the war.
Yeah.
But if you read Gita, it appears as if it's a live commentary, right?
Correct.
Is there any special significance to that?
See, if you see, most of the words used is in past tense. in Sanjaya. He blew, he did that, he went there, right? So different people are, like you are saying, 10th day, some people saying, so it's not a live commentary, it is just that he was given the vision like what happened from day one. So I don't think it is something that we beat it to death. See, certain things you should take it for what it is. That is why the Purana Itihasa has got limitations. Please understand, they are not absolute, they are relative. If one person says something, somebody will say some other reason why it has been told like that. So the significance of this 10th day recital, or when it's like a flashback. You can say, in modern language, you can say it's a flashback that Sanjaya is playing up in the screen, correct? Right? So a different way of scripting a particular, see, after all, finally a scripture, right? A script written by Vyasacharya. How he chooses to present the script is left to the author of the script, right? If he wants to mention that it was a flashback given by Sanjaya, so be it. We'll just understand. For us, more important, say, okay, now let me put it this way. After any number of years, somebody says 5,000 years, somebody says 10,000, somebody says many, many years, Bhavaartha happened, right? Somebody even questioned whether Bhavaartha happened also or not, correct? Mahadevan sir, correct? Sir? So, for us as the people who are going to focus on Jnanam, the ultimate goal of life, we should not get too much, ingrained into all this conversation about 10th day, 12th day, 15th day, flashback or direct commentary, something. I would suggest that we drop it. Focus on the key, inner meanings and slowly go into Atma Jnanam, which is the goal of Bhagavan. And then how to get Atma Jnanam by building Karma Yoga, Chitta Shuddhi, doing Jnanam properly, and then going through Jnana Margam, which is knowing Bhagavan, knowing ourselves, and realizing that Aham Brahmasmi is the goal. That is what our traditional teachers, these questions have been asked many number of times. Our gurus also mentioned the same thing. Same answer is what we can give. Are you okay? Are you okay? So what is that? What is your thinking after this question? What should one do?
This is not an important
thing. Yeah, correct. You can briefly you can look at it. There's only information, but this will not result in transformation. This information will not result in transformation. Atma Jnana Upadesham will result in transformation. Clear? Huh? Thanks for asking questions. These are questions to be asked. Definitely valid questions, because like what question 100 people ask this question. So it's better to ask the question, we will clarify it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Even Arjuna, has so many wives. How is, is it dharma to have so many wives?
See, please understand the rules of different yuga, different purushas are different. Importantly, you should write this down. Even the same yuga, the rules for rishis are different from rules for manushyas. Dharma Shastram is different. Dharma Shastram means what? In Dharma Shastra itself, these are rules. See, for example, even in different things, you can say the rules on the Samanya Dharmam and Vishesha Dharmam is being told is different kind of people. Correct? A Kshatriya can pick up an arm to fight. Correct? Whereas other people cannot do that. Even though adharma is happening in front, Kshatriya only has got the power to give punishment. It can finally end up in capital punishment also. Similarly, the rules that were there for different kind of people and different kind of beings is different. And for example, I just told, no, in Treta Yuga, in Dwapara Yuga, gods could come to earth, okay, and people could go to heaven. Correct or not, Sumanji? Arjuna got a chariot from, fighting for, Devendra, right? Now you tell me, can anyone now go to heaven and support Devendra? Does anyway God come personally? If God comes personally in physical form, our power ஏண்டா பா வந்தோம் நாடு அவருக்கு பெரிய கியூ வந்துரும் சுத்திர ஃபோர்ட்டே கட்டணும் எனக்கு அது கூட இதை கூட இந்த people go on pulling, right? That means God came down during those days because the relationship was parasparam bhavayantaha. What can I do for you? What can I do for me? It is very nice, right? Here number extraction theorem is there, right? Consumption extraction theorem. So the rules are different. Yeah, you understand that? So that, see, once you accept our scripture, Mahabharata, Itihasa, Ramayana, you should accept that, and certain things it is better don't double click. Even in your forwarded messages in mobile, they say this has some virus, so don't double click, delete immediately, right? Like that, certain things which are bound to have any controversy or unnecessary interpretations, better to avoid, focus on jnana. And when you get jnanam, I will tell you, the world itself doesn't exist. If world itself doesn't exist, what is happening in the world going to have any value for us? You understand? Our goal should be Maya Matram Idam Daitam Advaitam Paramaarthataha. That is what is the goal. To understand the Brahma Tattvam is beyond anything. That should be the goal. Small things should not deviate us.
Namaskaram Baba, na Rajeshwari.
Very good.
எனக்கு ரொம்ப நாளா ஒரு டவுட். இப்போ வந்து திருதராஷ்டிரர் வந்து பெரிய பையன், பாண்டு வந்து ரெண்டாவது பையன் தானே. அப்ப வந்து திருதராஷ்டிரர் தான் வந்து ராஜ்யத்துக்கு வந்து வரணும் ஆஸ் பர் இது. பட் அவரு வந்து குருடா பிளைண்ட்னு சொல்லிட்டு பாண்டுக்கு கொடுக்குறா. அப்புறம் பாண்டு வந்து ஆயுசு கம்மினால அவர் போயிடுறாரு. அதனால திருப்பி திருதராஷ்டிரரா. பட் அப்படி பாக்குறப்ப திருப்பி துரியோதனுக்கு தான் அந்த ரைட். அப்ப ஏன் பாண்டவாஸ் வந்து ரைட் கிளைம் பண்றான்னு எனக்கு ரொம்ப நாளா டவுட்.
This is the Mahabharata. See, always the second generation will go back to the lineage of the rightful owner. I'll tell in English for the benefit of everybody. Where are you actually?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Office la பேசுறீங்களா? பின்னாடி ஆபீஸ் பேக்ரவுண்ட்
இல்ல எங்க ஹஸ்பண்டோட லேப்டாப் அது அப்படியே ஸ்கிரீன் வருது.
அது ஸ்கிரீன் அது ஓகே ஸ்கிரீன் டெவலப்மென்ட் அது கோர் லாஜிக் பின்னாடி very nice background. Okay, good. So see, please understand, your question was why Pandu's sons Pandavas are rightful owners, right? So see, it is like this. Temporarily you can put somebody, but when the next progeny is coming in place, the rightful heritage should be bestowed. This is normal law, right? See, I mean, when the eldest has got some eligibility and the eldest is not capable, the younger takes in charge for a certain period of time. And after that person's tenure ends, the children of the eldest will bequeath or take over that continue, right? That is how it is generally. As per that is even today's law. I mean, whatever it is, that is how the law is generally. And so that is not a big issue. It should not be a controversy. But anyway, as you can see, Pandavas are ready to compromise, correct? Pandavas never wanted to finally take over the entire kingdom. They said, finally give us 5 villages, correct? Before the Mahabharata war, what happened? I know I'll take all the kingdom, you can keep them with you. Just give us 5 villages, we'll overview happily. We have done enough thing. They wanted to go that side. But even that, he didn't give. No, you see, no. That is the cause of Mahabharata. So I think, once again, while these are all things that can be interpreted multiple ways, is that research pannama? Should we get PhD in this? Is what we should question ourselves. General law is there, but end of the day, they ask for only small portion of the thing, 5 villages. Even that they didn't get, no? That is why all this happened. Clear, huh? What is the answer? You tell me. Solunga.
Though அவளுக்கு அந்த ரைட்ஸ் அட்லீஸ்ட் பாதியாவது கொடுத்துருக்கணும், அது கூட கொடுக்க மாட்டேன்னு அவ வந்து 5 இது வில்லேஜ் கேட்டா கூட அவ வந்து ஒண்ணுமே கொடுக்க மாட்டேன்னு முரண்டு பிடிச்சதுனால தான் இது நடந்தது, யுத்தம் நடந்தது.
Right? Correct? So that is what it is. So I think once again, technically it is not wrong also. They could be the owner for everything, but they are willing to give majority, not even 50% there. 5 villages compared to what all the entire thing is there, right? That was given to them, but didn't happen. Anyway, see, in fact, we should not go too much into all these deviations and controversies. Bhagavad Gita, Shastram, that meaning, Atma Jnanam, the gunas we have to build, Karma Yoga we have to do, that should be the focus. While these are all incidental things. Clear? We should know where to spend more time. Okay.